Hey everybody and welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about a couple power stations. Right here I've got the brand new BLUETTI AC2A, which is BLUETTI's smallest, most compact, most affordable entry-level power station that they've got in their lineup. Right next to me I also have the EB3A, which is its predecessor. I've been using the EB3A for a little while now, did a video on it recently. If you've been following the channel, you've seen me on my camping trips using this to power things like my electric kettle or charging up camera batteries, stuff like this. This thing's been a little workhorse for me. I've been a big fan. And so I thought it'd be appropriate to compare the two, talk about if it's really an upgrade. But first, let's get into the AC2A. First off, we'll talk about the layout. What do you get with this thing? So we've got right up top here, we've got a positive voltage solar input. They did change up what kind of outlet that is. Now, I'll be honest with you, I don't know the specific name, but they include a power cord that you can use to connect this to your solar panels. Right below it, we've got a 12-volt cigarette lighter. Right next to this on the bottom here, we've got our USB outlets. We've got one USB-C outlet, two USB-A outlets. Above that, we've got our power buttons. And so this middle button right here will power on the power station. And then to the left of it, we've got our DC outlets we can power up. And then to the right of it, we've got our AC outlets that we can power up. Right on top, we've got a nice, beautiful screen. I really like what they're doing with these display screens here. The EB3A had one that I really liked too. I would say this one is even brighter, even better. It just looks great. So good on you, BLUETTI. I really like that. But I'm somebody who really cares for those aesthetic things. Next up, we've got the outlets right here. The AC outlets, we've got two of them. On top, we do not have a wireless charging port on this one for your cell phone, but we do have a built-in grab handle, and like I said, this thing is super small, super compact, super lightweight, very easy to carry around. Now on the side here, we've got the AC wall outlet, and so you can plug this thing straight into the wall. You don't need one of those extended cables, like the bricks is what they call them, to plug into this thing. Everything's inside here. So the inverter's in here, the charging port is in here. All you need is the straight up cord to go into the power station, which is just like the EB3A. Okay, now that we've gone over the AC2A, let's revisit the EB3A. So the EB3A does have your wireless charging port on top. Output is 15 watts. It's got a pop-open grab handle. We've got on the side here, this whole area is all 12 volt. So we got our cigarette lighter. These two little guys, I'll be honest, I don't know what they're for. USB-A outlets, two standard USB outlets, and then a USB-C outlet. So both of them all together only have the 3 USB outlets, which I gotta say, I wish there was more on both of them. That's just, I feel like everything runs off of USB these days, and so on these small little power stations, maybe if we could lose one of the AC outlets and swap it out for a couple more USB outlets, that would be my personal preference. I don't know, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Right below the DC area, we've got our wall charger outlet, so it's on the front on this one, and then we've got a little barrel plug for our solar charge. Now, I'm not a big fan of the barrel plugs. I'm glad that they swapped it to something new, because the barrel plug on my solar panel that I use on this, it wouldn't be like in there super good. It would pop out. Solar panel charged this thing up just fine, but it didn't have like a nice like grip inside there. It could just easily, if the slightest movement, it would fall out. And so it's pretty good upgrade right there. So thank you. Now the power buttons are much different. Like we've got the 3 right here on the AC2A, but on the EB3A, it's just in like each individual area. And so the power button on the EB3A is right here, but really I found, yeah, if you hit any of the power buttons, the thing turns on. Once again, we've got a nice, beautiful screen. Not as beautiful as the AC2A, but nevertheless, it is a nice screen. It's got, they both have all the information you need on it, but I don't know. Aesthetically, I definitely think the AC2A is an upgrade. So that about covers it for your standard stuff. Now, I'm going to read the exact output specifications. So the AC2A's got 300 watt AC output with a 600 watt powerlifting option. Now, the EB3A has 600, so twice as much. 204.8 capacity, watt-hour capacity for extended battery life on the AC2A. The EB3A is 268, so over 60 watt-hours less on the AC2A. The battery life, 270 watt turbocharging is available, so 45 minutes to 80%. I think that's about the same on the EB3A. So lithium battery for 3,000 plus charge cycles, which I think is 1,000 more than the EB3A. Quiet operation, less than 45 decibels. Seamless, uninterrupted power source in 20 milliseconds, and industry-leading 5-year warranty. Now, these are a couple just bullet points I took straight off the website because I didn't want to miss some of those details for some of you guys that are looking for that nitty-gritty stuff. Now, one of the things that we covered in that last little bullet point section was the quiet operation. Now, they both have a silent mode, but as we tested out on the last video with the EB3A, the silent mode wasn't very silent. It was still pretty loud. It has a really loud fan on this. Now, that is something that if you're maybe sleeping with it, like in your tent or something like that on a camping trip, which I think this thing is perfect for. If that's all you want, then boom, that is the thing. For me, it depends on how much power you're using. If I'm just charging my phone or my Apple Watch and that was it, then I never really heard any sound coming out of this thing. It never really bothered me. But if I was using it, if I was charging it out of the wall, those fans are going to kick on in a couple minutes, and it's loud. Now this guy, if you're in silent mode, it's going to decrease how much power and how quickly you can charge it, but you're not going to hear anything if it's in silent mode. It's truly silent. I would test it for you, but you're just not going to hear anything. And so we're just not going to do that in this specific video. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can see this, but the BLUETTI app does work for both of these units. So we'll just pull up the AC2A real quick. And you get, it's the same app. And so you're going to get all, I don't know if you guys can, there we go. You're going to get all the same charging information that you're going to get on this screen here. But in here is where you can change the settings of how it's charging up and stuff. And so right now it's on turbo. You can do silent, or you can just do standard. And so once again, I apologize if the screen is too bright. They both work flawlessly with the app, which I think is just honestly nowadays to have items like this running off of apps and Bluetooth and stuff it's just great. It gives you more control, and honestly, if you're, I don't know, not right next to it, you can turn it off or turn it on or whatever you need to do. So since we've kind of gone over everything that these things kind of have to offer, let's talk about the price differences between the two of them. Now, the BLUETTI AC2A looks like it retails for $249, but it's on sale for $169. And I happen to be recording this video on Black Friday, just because honestly, I probably would have got it out sooner, but this is the first chance that I've had to do it. And so we're doing it tonight. $169 on sale right now. Now let's compare that to the EB3A. EB3A retails for $299 and is on sale right now for Black Friday at $198. The price difference is minimal. At full price, we're looking at saving $50. At sale price, we're looking at saving like $30 by getting this guy, and you're getting half the output when it comes to the inverter, and you're getting 60 something watt hours less. And so obviously if it came down to power, the EB3A is going to take the cake for sure. Now that doesn't mean that this doesn't have a place. I mean, one, like I said, the thing's beautiful. I think it's built great. It just is lacking power, but in a super affordable, super entry level offering like this, you know, I don't know. I think the power is adequate for what it is. And so if you're somebody who's looking to take this on a camping trip and you just need, I don't know, something in the tent to charge up the phones, the Apple Watch, we all have all of our little devices. This thing is going to get you through a weekend no problem. My phone is never fully dead at the end of the day, and I had this thing on my nightstand for a week charging just my watch and my iPhone, and it never ran out of battery. And so, you know, exactly how much was left, I don't remember. But I just, at that point, I'm like, all right, somebody could take this on a road trip and be totally squared away for the simple things. If you're charging things like camera batteries, maybe if it's just like a point and shoot camera, probably going to be just fine. But when it comes to, I don't know, somebody like me, like I'm going out on my trips, and photography, filmmaking is something that I'm doing the entire time. And so I've got tons of batteries and drone batteries. And even this thing isn't good enough to get me through the weekend. But with the help of a little solar panel and stuff like that, you know, solar power, I'm able to get through just fine with this guy. And so I think that extra power goes a really long way. But like I said, if you're somebody that doesn't need all that extra power, this is probably the one for you. $169 on sale, of course. But for an entry-level power station, that's a killer deal. Hard to complain about something like that. The BLUETTI, I still think, is such a great offering. It's funny how I look at the two, and I do like the AC2A does make it look a little dated, but honestly, it works great. I've been very happy with it. And I think the big thing for me is the ability to run my electric kettle, man. That thing has just been such a game changer. I like spending less on propane. I bought a 4-pack of propane last year, and it wasn't until like 2 camping trips ago that I needed to replace it. And so it's just making that stuff stretch. And that stuff's expensive now. Like the propane's twice as much as it used to be. Conversation for another day. But look, guys, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. BLUETTI, once again, thank you for sending out another power station for me to do a video on. I do have some affiliate links in the video description if you guys are looking at picking up one of these power stations or the electric kettle that I was talking about earlier. If you do use those links, it will help support the YouTube channel, and I'd greatly appreciate it. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one.